Hello everyone, PLZ, like my video and subscribe my channel for more latest news. Today we are going to talk about Game of Thrones filmed 15 hours of unused. Season 8, alternate endings. Here's what leaked Game of Thrones filmed 15 hours of alternate. Season 8 endings to stop leaks. Now some secrets are out and fans are freaking out over what could have been. In a world where spoilers travel faster than dragons, Game of Thrones wasn't about to let its fiery finale be ruined by the dreaded leak. HBO took extreme measures to keep fans on their toes and the plot twists under wraps, filming 15 hours of unused alternate endings for Season 8. Yes, you read that right. 15 hours. With so many twists and turns in the final season, producers knew the internet would be hunting for any scraps of information. So, what did they do? They filmed multiple versions of key scenes, including fake deaths, plot reversals, and even alternate character fates, all to throw off the spoiler-hungry masses. Kit Harington, aka Jon Snow, admitted to filming more than his fair share of these red herrings, ensuring that nothing would leak without confusing everyone. It's like a Game of Thrones version of Where's Waldo, but with dragons, betrayal, and really intense plotlines. Talk about playing the spoiler game at an epic level. Game of Thrones, Season 8, alternate endings. Explained HBO was not about to let Game of Thrones slip into spoiler territory like a dire wolf in a sheep's pen. With Season 8 being the grand finale, the stakes couldn't be higher. This was the last time we'd see Westeros in all its blood-soaked glory. To safeguard against leaks, HBO rolled out an intricate plan that almost sounds like a Game of Thrones plot in itself. Shoot multiple versions of the final episode. That's right, 4 different versions of the series finale were filmed, all to keep fans and the paparazzi guessing. According to HBO president Casey Bloys, who spilled the tea via the morning call, "I know in Game of Thrones, the ending, they're going to shoot multiple versions so that nobody really knows what happens. You have to do that on a long show. Because when you're shooting something, people know. So they're going to shoot multiple versions so that there's no real definitive answer until the end." Basically, they were playing a Game of Thrones version of hide-and-seek with the truth. And it wasn't just about filming different endings. HBO had to tackle the real problem: leaks. After all, hackers and even their own team had a history of letting episodes slip early. The most infamous example? When a Game of Thrones episode leaked online after foreign hackers got their hands on it, prompting HBO to scramble and pull it down ASAP. But sometimes the leaks were self-inflicted. HBO accidentally leaked the season's penultimate episode themselves. Oops! While these efforts to control spoilers were top-notch, they didn't stop the internet from being its usual chaotic self. After all, the more they tried to guard their secrets, the more fans clamored to uncover them. As for the final season's release, we're still waiting for a date. But if there's one thing we can be sure of, it will be one epic, spoiler-free showdown when it finally airs. Or will it? Game of Thrones, Season 7. Leak in a time when Game of Thrones was dominating the TV landscape, the series found itself battling a very different foe: leaks. It wasn't just the dragons, White Walkers, and Cersei's schemes keeping the producers up at night. It was the ever-growing threat of spoilers. Season 7 had its own leak disaster and came at a particularly vulnerable moment. The 4th episode, Spoils of War, found its way onto the internet before it was supposed to air, courtesy of an HBO distribution partner, Star India. Yes, you heard that right. Star India was the culprit, and their watermark made it clear they were the origin of the leak. As HBO scrambled to control the damage, The Verge reported that the network was already aware of the situation and confirmed that appropriate legal action was underway. But that wasn't the only incident. Hackers were also in the game, uploading draft scripts for 5 episodes of Season 7 before they aired. Talk about a spoiler storm. This wasn't the first time Game of Thrones had found itself at the mercy of piracy. The show had consistently topped the list of the most pirated TV shows. And given the massive success of the Season 7 premiere, which became HBO's most-watched debut, the pressure to keep new episodes under wraps was only growing. By the time Season 8 rolled around, HBO had had enough. They weren't taking any chances. As a direct response to the chaos unleashed by the Season 7 leaks, the network introduced an elaborate plan to film multiple endings for the series finale. They weren't just going to let history repeat itself, they were going to outsmart the internet. It was a last-ditch effort to keep the show's conclusion under wraps, and boy, did they go to extreme lengths. Because, as we learned, with Game of Thrones, not even the ending was safe from the spoiler wars. For more such stories, check out TV Updates.